Centered in the heart space, imagine the frequency of the heart emanating outwards. This is a practice to nourish and support that foundational connection between our kidneys and our heart, the spiritual axis of the body. So we'll start in a seated position with our eyes closed. If you'd like to join me, the universal prayer is for peace and awakening. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. And we'll anchor it 3 times in the heart, inhaling to prepare. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings in all time awaken, finding peace and freedom. Pranayama for the kidneys. Think about the inhalation dropping down into the kidney space. The kidneys are actually closer to our deep back than the front of the body, but we can still imagine the wave of the diaphragm creating space for them, nourishing them. So the inhale through the nose, and then exhale for the lungs, dropping the shoulders, dissolving tension from the neck and jaw. Relax your tongue. Soften into the interior space of your body. Begin to observe the more subtle mechanisms. You might settle on your heart. And the way that really small adjustments through the spine, through the vertebrae, can affect how you carry yourself, your posture. We want to sit with the sternum lifting. And then the shoulders naturally kind of unfurl, the wings ruffle a little, and then a pin down the back, if you could imagine that. Softening the interior space around the heart. And starting to nurture all of the vital organs now. The liver, the lungs, the stomach and spleen, the pericardium, the heart. And just a few more breaths to notice if it feels like you're really strained or constricted in your chest. Could you hold the breath in at the top? And then let it go. We'll do that a few times. You can bring your left hand to your kidney channel, Kidney Meridian, just beneath the collarbones, and then just spread your hand out to the shape of a heart. Your thumb and your fingers kind of spreading like a cartoon heart. Fingers toward your right shoulder, spreading and lifting. Thumb toward your left shoulder, lifting, opening. Lift into your hand, still anchoring breath in the abdomen. And then hold the breath. Feel your heart beating under your hand. And then release. Now we'll do that one more time with the option of adding Mahabandha. So all of the bandhas engaged. Inhale all the way up. Bandhas, hold. And release. And imagine the Sushumna as the nervous system, like a great fire of energy. We concentrate that energy internally, and that's very transformative. You might really feel more energy kind of pulling into the heart and then emanating out just from Mahabandha. Then we'll come into all fours now, tabletop. Remember to use your tongue as a mudra to stay connected to the spine. So you don't always necessarily need to have a mirror for your practice. Just think about finding center. Set yourself up around the center of your body in the postures, and you'll always be in alignment. And just notice the body and how we might be carrying tension, and just start to let it go. Let the spine move freely, openly. You're always welcome to add your additional movements. Maybe spin your wrists around, fingers face your knees. Just feeling the foundation under the hands. Back into lung and large intestine, thumb and index finger, we anchor in there. Lifting and pressing ourselves up and back into a downward facing dog. We'll smooth out the breath rhythm here. Relax your face, maybe even close your eyes. 5 breaths. As we keep pressing, lifting, and reaching, we're moving space through the body, opening the fascia, the pathways. So you can spread your toes, lift your tailbone higher, feel a beautiful stretch through the backs of your legs, and we'll accentuate that as we walk our hands back to our feet, Uttanasana at the back of our mat. You can softly bend your knees here so that you feel this more in your spine. And then just some gentle plays through half lift, Ardha Uttanasana, inhale. And then exhale to fold. And you can reach around your feet. If you know some acupressure points here, you can peace finger grip your big toes, connecting with your spleen. Spleen 4 in the inner arches. That might feel nice to grab into. Bladder 63. 64 on the outer ankles. That might feel amazing for your Achilles, for your hamstrings. You could even pull on the pinky toes. Imagine from the inner corners of the eyes all the way into the little toes, up the back body. Getting longer. What do you sense in your breath? Can you keep your breath soft and steady? Can you allow your body to release anything that feels like resistance? And then lift the tailbone higher. One more breath in here. Maybe lengthen the legs all the way. Squeeze the knees. And then walk yourself forward, coming down to your mat, knees, chest, chin, elbows in tight. Inhale, cobra. And exhale back into Adho Mukha. Top of our mat now, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, lift gaze, look back. And Tadasana. 3 rounds of Surya Namaskara A. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. And exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, feet up, top of mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Hands heart center. Inhale, lengthen. Fold. Lengthen. And take it to the mat. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 3 breaths. Right foot forward. Warrior 1. Open warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, flow. You can add a breath if you're working on any variations. We'll meet up in down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot, warrior 1. Sink low. Warrior 2. Reverse. And flow. Inhale. Exhale, press your chest back, lengthen your spine. Inhale. Press, lengthen. Right foot, warrior one. Sink low, warrior two. Reverse. Now, left hand, side plank. Press into the center of your palm. Maybe drop back. Wild thing. Breathe into the heart space. And next exhale will flow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot, warrior one. Warrior two. Reverse, inhale. And Vashisthasana, right hand right under your right shoulder. Press more into the center of your palm. Imagine your pericardium reaching up and through your chest, especially if you drop back into wild thing. Breathing into the heart space. As you're ready, exhale through your flow. We'll meet up in Adho Mukha. Open the feet wide to the sides of your mat, the edges of your mat. And walk your hands back so that you can ground evenly now into your feet. Spread your left fingers and reach your right arm back for your left ankle. Try to keep your pelvis neutral, your hips level. And breathe into your liver. Keep pressing into your left palm. And change. Feel the energy moving through the side body now. Through through the left temple and the jaw, the triple heater, and the gallbladder, into the wrist and the hand, pericardium, and triple heater. And then release, walk all the way back to your feet now, Malasana. And now 2 options. Stay in Malasana. Work on breathing with diaphragm, massaging kidneys, finding a little bit of love for the liver meridian as well here, the inner legs, the inner knees. You can stay here and just absorb yourself in those sensations, or you can squeeze the knees into the outer shoulders, plant the hands, and lift yourself up into Bakasana. Maybe alternating between the 2. Lift and squeeze, lower and settle. If your wrists get sore, you can always bring your wrists under your feet. Find a nice massage for the tendon. If it's more fear of falling forward, you can practice baby Bakasana. Forearms to the mat and knees up into the backs of the arms. So there's less distance. You can also just stay in Malasana. We'll meet up in Goddess. So balancing on the balls of our feet here. Think about the kidney channel now meeting the spleen, lifting everything up. And then release. You can drop your knees down, walk your hands forward, and move through a flow. Downward dog. Now right foot forward one more time, warrior 1. This time we'll add our Gomukhasana. Right arm up the back, left elbow overhead. And now sink down. Feel your kidney channel. Maybe lean the heart up and back a little bit more. You can keep centering around the energy of the heart, trying to make the breath more subtle. Eventually, we'll open to Warrior Two. And we'll release the arms, pericardium press. Now inhale, parallel your feet now. Wide-legged forward fold. Find one more press through your wrists, or catch the back of your sacrum and back bend. Lead with kidney 27. Lead with your collarbones to the floor. Imagine the kidney pathway here, the kidney channel. You can find acupressure on the inner ankles, wrapping the fingers around, maybe the forehead can touch the floor. Just keep the legs strong here. Strong and spreading. If you want to go a little deeper, interlace your fingers, palms together, left thumb on top, and breathe. Breathe into the lung space now. Close your eyes, go inside your body. Try to squeeze more of the pinky side of your palms. Keep squeezing your palms together and rotating out. Now, we'll work on middle splits or frog to deepen into the kidney channel. And just come down as far as you can stay with your breath. This to harmonize the spleen, kidney, and liver channel, the inner arches, the groin. You can imagine how tension in the pathways affects the organs. So working the meridians to relieve that burden. In our sadhana, devotional effort, with time, sustaining the practice. That's how we go deeper, never forcing, always compassion. We're all on our own journey. Try to feel the energy. Follow the meridian. Deepen your breath. Stay connected to something deeper. And we'll make our way out and back into lizard. So try to roll over onto the bottom of your right heel, the back of your right heel, bend your right leg, and bring your left knee down. Coming inside of your right foot, we'll find strong lizard. We press ourselves up, high plank, and right hand center, side plank. Now we can work on a variation, bending our left knee, grounding through the sole of our right foot, kidney 1, reaching for our left knee, spleen, stomach, opening the front body now. Deepest breath. And to the floor. Exhale. Try to land on your heart space. Cobra. Pull the shoulders down and away. And downward dog. Come back to your kidneys. Breathing in and out calmly. Now, left foot, warrior 1. You can stay here, bring your palms together, work on opening the heart space, Kali Mudra, or Gomukhasana. Right elbow up, left hand up your back. Now really feel the heart space, every breath. The legs are strong, the roots of the trees planted, rooting, spreading. Kidneys represent the water element. Heart is fire. Now we'll open warrior 2. Pericardium press. wide-legged fold. Hands to the back of the sacrum. Lift the heart up. And then fold, come down. Forehead to the mat. And your fingers might find your kidney channel inside of your navicular bone, your ankle bone. Kidney 3 and kidney 6 are there. You could work on boosting that energy up through the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. Or just imagining pulling the chest, the collarbones, down to the floor, lengthening the entire pathway. You can also use this as an opportunity to go upside down, especially if the top of your head touches the floor. Otherwise, just stay and meditate each breath as it massages the kidneys. Maybe close the eyes here. Again, to go inside. Keep the legs strong. Squeeze the legs. Now one more time, middle splits or frog. You can bend the legs back, resting more on the liver channel, and then press the hips back. Ideally, get your knees wider so that your sacrum can come toward the floor. You can meditate on the tilt of your pelvis here, the length of your spine, just opening up into that sacred channel through the groin. The harmonization between kidney, spleen, and liver is everything. The foundation of health, the pillar of support for our body. Trying to smooth and refine the breath here. So subtle. Can you do 5 more full breaths? Trying not to resist, maybe even going deeper. Maybe look under your body, watch your breath. And release. If you're in frog, bring your feet together first. Send your hips back toward your heels like child's pose here. Maybe another connection through goddess. Feeling the support, feeling the foundation of these yin meridians, ultimate source of nourishment, vitality through the body, the life-giving force of the body. And then we have the life-animating breath and flow as you're ready. We'll come back to lizard on the left side just for a moment now as we transition into one more Vashisthasana. So strong lizard, hands are inside of the left foot. We step back, high plank, center the left hand, and then express your variation. Feel the heart space lifting. You can also drop all the way back into full wheel. And let's meet up in Anahatasana now. You can pull the top of your mat out and away from you, working your hips over your knees, in your mouth or your chest to the floor. Engaging Mula Bandha here. Downward dog. And we'll walk ourselves back to our feet. One more deep expression of Uttanasana, maybe even reaching behind your legs. Try to pull your chest down toward your shins. Lift your tailbone. And release. We'll come into our standing balancing series now, starting with hand to foot, and we'll work on reaching more for the bottom of our heel and our ankle almost, versus just the big toe, which feels more static. Reaching up, lifting the heart space up. So shift into your right foot, balancing strong over your right leg, and reach for the bottom of your left heel. Now, focus on your standing leg staying strong. Lift your right arm up. And as you lift your gaze up, lengthen your left leg out to the side. Straight up, out through the sole of your foot. And keep your standing leg strong. Now, see if you can lift your gaze. Offer it up. And change. Imagine the reservoir of strength lifting up through the sole of the foot. Kidney energy pulling up through the sole of the foot. Left side. Think Mula Bandha, pelvic floor, standing leg strength. And then maybe look up. We'll do it one more time. This time with the option to bind, like Marichi Asana, around your left leg. So reach up. You can either stay here, standing wind relieving, or get your left shoulder in front of your knee, and then zip yourself up. Pelvic floor engagement, standing leg strength, standing tall. Now as we release, we'll reach for the sole of our left foot, kidney 1, and extend our foot straight out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release into Ardha Padmasana. So left heel coming into the liver now, and fold. You can also come into horse pose, flying pigeon, any other variations, meditating on the liver channel. Focus more on completing your exhale. Keep pressing your left knee in toward your right leg, dropping your left knee down. And change. Coming back up. Just hold your right leg steady. Catch your left foot for a moment and just stand tall before you release with control. Tadasana. And again, right leg lifts, either wind relieving, focus on pelvic floor, or find the bind around the front of the right leg. Kidney 1, kicking straight forward, maybe even up. Lift the gaze up, heart up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ardha Padma. You can always stay lifted, otherwise fold. Come into your variation. If you're folding, compress your right heel into your abdomen. You can always bind here too, across your lower back. You work on liver 3, acupressure in the standing foot. Now one more moment for the liver. And then release Tadasana. And last posture here, Garudasana. Right arm underneath left. Sink deeply. Wrap the right leg above the left and sink down. Squeeze everything center. Try to drop right into Kidney 1. Open up the sole of your foot. And change. Inhale. Left arm under right. Left leg over right. And squeeze. Inhale and release, fold. Find a vinyasa, any expression. And then we'll meet up in embryo. Feet and knees together. Let's try to round. Drop the fists or massage kidney 1 on the soles of your feet, especially if it feels tender after the standing series. And massage it from your toes back to your heels. Imagine giving your body some kidney energy here. You can also tap your fists into your heels, or if you come up to sit on your heels, you can find a little more pressure to massage. And you can always work with a myofascial release ball in the bottoms of your feet if you have a lot of tightness here. It's something to keep in mind. Now, let's do 2 sets of camel, working on entering the heart space. So first set of camel, you can keep your toes tucked, spread the bottoms of your feet, reach back for your heels, press your hips forward, and arc your spine. Feel like you're lifting and moving energy through the front body. And when you come out, bring your head up last. Sit in your feet and receive. And next expression, we're working on half camel with heart meridian stretch. So we'll add a reach back and out from the heart to help us access Laghu Vajrasana. So you can come into the tops of your feet now, grounding through liver 3. Send your hips forward. Reach back, press forward, reach back, press forward. Stay here, or walk your right fingers in toward the back of your right knee and reach your left pinky finger out. Switch. Press press into the tops of your feet a lot. Maybe come down and back. Again, just sit in the feet. Sit in the heels and receive. The inner sanctum of the heart. The ultimate source of reality and wisdom. The deepest parts of ourselves moves in the heart. If we stay centered there, we can never be wrong. And we need more clear and open-hearted life now as ever. It's a journey. And it's built on the resolve of faith. Faith, which is the kidneys. So whatever you have faith in, whatever you'd like to devote your practice to, this energy to, perhaps something you'd like to deepen in your own life, we'll connect with that now. Coming down onto our front body. And this next series, the soles of the feet, Kidney Meridian, stretching away from the heart space. So we'll come up into Shalabhasana. Palms face down. Inhale, lift up. Stay. Inhale, stay, and squeeze the heels together. Stretch the heart forward and up. Inhale, lengthen the legs back. Squeeze. One more. Maybe bring the palms forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press back into child's pose. Think about your kidneys. Right about here. Downward dog, whenever you're ready. Left foot forward, low lunge. You can spend a little time here getting acquainted Sending the pelvis down and forward. Now we'll find our kidneys. Pressing up into the deep back. Now try to press into the top of your right foot. Squeeze the back of your right leg and lift your heart up. Coming back, bend your right leg, reach back for the inner arch of your right foot. Stay here, stretching and opening the yin meridians through your arms and your leg, or work more on the yang, liver channel, and triple heater. You can go back and forth between the two. Inhale, lengthen, create space. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. As you become more comfortable and stable, you might enjoy catching your right toes in your right elbow crease and lifting the heart up. Eventually taking this back into a heart stretch. It's like the strength and the resolve of the kidneys makes it possible for the heart space to open. We'll meet up in lizard, keeping our right knee down on the floor this time. If you want to counter stretch, drop into the outer edge of your left foot and reach back for the top of your right foot. You can stretch your left lung now. Otherwise, walk your right knee back and come down, face to the floor, forehead to the mat. Try to squeeze your left knee in toward your side body if you feel a lot of sensations in the liver channel. Try not to resist, but let something go. Eventually, we'll bring this all the way over into pigeon. So you can just walk your left foot across your mat until you can set your left hip down. And then if you'd like to, work on more heart opening expressions, or if you want to thread the needle and come down onto the right side of your face. You can work on a variation here. You can also work on opening up the angle of your left leg. Work more into your IT band and the gallbladder channel, and then walk your upper body over more to the right. It's a beautiful way to just really address the liver gallbladder channels, those meridians of the third chakra. If you haven't already and you want to work on a heart opening expression one more time, you're welcome to come back, maybe find your king pigeon. We'll meet up in Matsyendrasana, so right foot comes to the outer edge of our left knee. Make sure that you're sitting back in both of your hips and then twist toward the right. You can either squeeze your right knee in toward your spine, toward center, or hook the back of your left arm around. Just to squeeze into the navel. Move just your eyes, just your gaze to the right. Keep your chin centered, but let the tendons of your eyes stretch the left side of your neck. And maybe a little counter twist over to the left. You can make your way through another flow or just observe in downward dog. And then stepping right foot up, low lunge. And try to feel the support of the kidneys and also the spleen. Spleen is like the strength of the legs to stay balanced. Kidneys are the lift, and then liver is the letting go, sinking deeper into the sacrum. Squeeze the back of your left leg. And then, as you're ready, reaching back the inside of the left foot, closing the heel in toward your glutes. Maybe open, extend, inhale, exhale. Don't move the way fear makes you move. Move the way love does. I've always loved that quote. Love your body, even the tight and uncomfortable places. Be patient with them. There's a secret in the practice of asana called reciprocal inhibition, where if we squeeze the glutes more, we can open into the psoas. And give your body a moment or two. In lizard, you can always move in the sagittal plane and freeing the spine. You can really start to decipher as well your personality type based on your meridians. Which one is tight? Which one is dominant? And just moving through, like Ayurveda and the doshas, moving through the elements with wisdom based on the season. The fall and the winter are a more introspective time. And Scorpio season full of transformation through the shadow period, like from the darkness into the light. Meditate on the light in the heart. And you might watch your breath again. Just drop your head under your body. Observe your diaphragm, connecting to a smoother, steadier breath rhythm. And we'll guide ourselves over into final pigeon here. The right leg. Try to align your knee with your hip. You can always keep some flexion in your foot to protect your knee. Maybe opening up the angle of your right foot to come down. Just a little bit more of a spread for the IT band. And try to imagine how the whole side body, the whole gallbladder channel, is connected from the temporalis, the side of the skull, the back of the head and the neck, the trapezius muscle, all down the side body into the fourth toe. Try not to let resistance win. Meditating on the sensations, staying connected with each breath in and out. Nice and smooth and serene. If you haven't already, you want to work into threaded pigeon or a heart-opening expression. There's still time to find that here. Coming back through that idea of being right in the center of the body. Feeling that sense of equanimity. Matsyendrasana. Think about keeping the chin center, just turning the gaze. Now release. Come into 2 sets of bridge into a full wheel. If you want a moment in Baddha Konasana and just connecting one more time through the kidney channel and bridging the kidney and the heart. When we set up bridge pose, you can just align your feet underneath your sacrum, tuck your shoulders closer together, and then as you're ready, press your hips up. Walk your palms together, left thumb on top, squeeze the arms for support, and then watch your diaphragm. 5 breaths. Release. Feet wide, knees together. Open your palms face down to the floor. And try to pull your shoulder blades together here. Re-enter into that heart space. As you're ready, second set. Inhale. Walk the shoulders together. Right thumb on top. Keep pressing into your feet. 5 breaths. This time, feet together, knees open. Supta Baddha Konasana. You can bring your hands to your inner legs, connecting with these pathways, kidney, spleen, liver. You follow up through the wings of the sacrum. If you have a very prominent scoop in your low back, very prominent anterior pelvic tilt, you can just gently pull the iliac crests away, the wings away. Just a gentle osteopathic adjustment there. Subtle tuck of the sacrum, making space for liver. Now, as we practice our full wheel, we'll do a few variations working on Ekapada, one-legged expression, as well as dropping our forearms down to the mat. But to set up the initial stage, just come into your most heartfelt expression, lifting and opening and spreading, palms pressing equally. Maybe drop your gaze back between your hands. Now stay here, or left knee in and up, bend more into your middle back and kick your left leg straight up. You can always keep it bent. Work on bending and extending the kidney and the heart energy. You can come right into the second side, or come down, take a moment. In between sets, you can even just kind of smack, not intensely, but just vibrate the back of your sacrum on the floor in between these sets, shaking up the root chakra, bringing energy into the kidneys. One more forearm expression of wheel. So you can bring your hands together. Or you can keep them apart. If you're very strong, very flexible, you keep them apart. Maybe even extend one of your legs up here. And just let your heart guide where it wants you to go. If you rock back a little bit more into your elbows, there's some beautiful acupressure in there for the heart. And we'll meet up in Happy Baby. So you can just kind of counteract your low back, reaching for your outer feet. Pull your navel down to the floor. Maybe lengthen your legs here simultaneously or one at a time. Connect through some kidney energy. And then final inversion will be for adrenals, for kidneys and adrenals as we come into our plow pose to shoulder stand. And I'll show you another variation as well, coming into Viparita Karani instead. But see if you can do halasana. Lengthen your legs up and overhead, using the strength of your navel. Then, just like camel, you can support your low back and then kind of press your kidneys back into your hands and breathe into that little sieve. Now you can stay here as long as you want to. Otherwise, shoulder stand. Make sure you're still resting in your shoulder blades and your elbows. If shoulder stand is not good for your neck, just drop your sacrum down into your hands and you're in Viparita Karani. So Viparita Karani is more of a scoop in the spine, more of an angle, whereas Sarvangasana is more perpendicular to the floor. Again, just imagine breath nurturing the kidneys. And finally, you can come into knees to the head, or try to come up into lotus in your shoulder stand. You can come out, find your lotus, we'll come back the way we came in, through plow. And then if there are any other asanas, any other postures that we didn't get to in this practice that are in yours, in your body, there's a little bit of time here, a little bit of yogi's choice. Otherwise, we will wrap ourselves up into Garudasana legs, left on top of right, and knees shift over to the right for a final supine twist. Try to pull your left shoulder down to the floor. Maybe seal your left palm to the floor, so you can keep stretching and pulling the heart. You can go ahead and switch sides. Right leg wrapping, knees to the left, right arm out. And we'll finish with Anahata Mudra in Final Shavasana. So you spin your thumbs up into your hairline, and your other four fingers just cradle the bottom of your jaw so your elbows point up. And it's like a way to rotate the pathways of the heart. And there's such a sacred connection between the shoulder and the heart. Try to rest the back of the heart now into the floor. Calling to mind that foundational essence of kidney. And kidney essence building and nurturing blood for the heart, but really for all of the organs, everything, the reservoir of energy, like the battery of the body, is the kidney. The kidneys, rather. We have two. Maybe some of us only have one, but try to imagine the breath of life nurturing that restful, receptive yin. Yin like the moon, serene, dark. It's the womb energy that provides room for life. So many things grow in the dark, in the subconscious even. The seeds that we plant through the habits we cultivate, the inner self-talk, the relationships we cultivate, even the living space. What can we cultivate in our garden? Maybe going in there and pulling out some weeds, offering them up as energy in service of the heart. Like when we let go of things, we make more room for what's meant for us. That's being in alignment. Take as long as you need. You can always pause these videos, enjoy more time in a pose or final shavasana. When you are ready, just start with a little massage for your occiput, the back of your skull, and You can roll over onto one side when it feels right. Your right or your left side, whatever is intuitively speaking to you from that inner yin space. And then keep your eyes soft or closed. Just come up to an easy seated position. If you want it to be harder or more challenging, you can always work on your lotus here too, whatever you want. If you are practicing something, always feel welcome to work on that, whatever it might be. And as we return, hands, heart center, an offering for this practice, for the wisdom of this practice, we offer our gratitude and a dedication, again, so that all beings may benefit from this peace and this healing wisdom, the knowledge of yoga. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Immense peace, love. Thank you for joining me in this practice, and I'll see you soon.